Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Gabb and Bree here to talk about sports. Our baseball teams are playing. Our teams are showing up to training camp.
Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike
conduct. It's a great time to be in the sports world. Finally,
okay.
something going on.
That echo was definitely me. I have had the worst computer issues today, so sorry. Just bear with me.
Going with it,
for
you know.
A freaking second. Technology and me. The last 2 weeks, I can't do it. I don't understand what's going on. But every MacBook in this apartment has just decided to say, "Hey, Bree, you know what? Fuck you. We're not going to work."
It's not your day. You know, if it's not you, it's me. And it's usually always me. So
yeah, it's true. You've been good for a while, so it had to come back to somebody.
You know what? We made it. We're here, and our baseball teams are about to play. By the way, I'll just give you a quick rundown. I already briefed this to you guys before it started. We have a 34-year-old man who's never started ever in MLB ever. His last start was, I think, in AA.
Cool.
So long ago.
Okay.
First start, again, ever. He lost us the World Series. That's fine. He has been better since, but I would prefer him to not be out there. You know, if we had another option, that'd be cool, but I guess we don't. If Brian Shaw makes it more than 2 innings, I'll be pretty happy. So good luck to your Red Sox, because I feel like we're just saying, hey, here you go at this point.
Okay, so if that's the case, and if the Red Sox do figure out a way to lose this game, you know,
I mean, would it be surprising for either parties at this point?
No. Right, it wouldn't be.
So our baseball teams are low-key kind of,
you know what?
Inconsiderate and inconsistent. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and it's even more frustrating because June was a lot of fun. June was, especially for me, June was a lot of fun. They seemed like they figured their shit out. And then the first week of July, everybody started getting hurt, and July has gone on to be a shit show. And now the Red Sox are 1 game over 500 thanks to the win yesterday.
You're welcome, because we are not very good.
It's just, and the craziest part of this is they are not far out from a wild card spot, so the season technically is not over. And I don't know if that's a credit to them for actually having that winning streak in June, or it's just the way the AL is. Not a lot of teams are good in comparison, except for the Yankees, Astros, blah 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 blah, whatever. So whatever. That's it. It sucks. It really sucks. Guys are starting to come back though. Trevor Story, I think I saw, if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I saw this, that he should be back, within the next week or so, 2 weeks. I don't know, because the trade deadline is next week.
I don't think my team's going to make any moves. I don't think they're going to do anything. They might get rid of my favorite player on the team. That's fine. It doesn't even matter. I just don't see this team doing anything. I don't even see them winning their division, and their division is one of the worst in baseball besides the NL Central. Yeah, so it is what it is.
The whole thing is just frustrating.
Right.
But we'll see, because you're never really out of it in baseball. Stranger things have happened. They can win the next 2 weeks, or win, at least all of their series within the next 2 weeks, and still be right back in it. It's such a game of swings and momentum, and it's a really long fucking season too. So what you're experiencing now isn't necessarily what you're going to be experiencing a month from now, as we can very clearly see. So we'll see. I don't know. But right now, especially with the trade deadline being next week, I am feeling just really uneasy, because I have a feeling that the Red Sox are looking at their injury stuff right now and are thinking, okay, well, that's it. And then they're just going to start selling. So I hope not. I hope that's not the case, but
yeah,
we'll see. Next week, our show is live right after MLB trade deadline.
So hopefully there's something good to talk about.
I'm sure there will be a lot of things.
If you guys are looking for something fun, I know the Subway series is on, but why watch the Subway series when you can watch Brian Shaw play the Red Sox and then tomorrow play against us in some daily fantasy baseball.
Yes.
So
remember,
free contest.
Back during NBA playoffs, we did stuff like this, so we're doing it again, and we have had a lot of people participate, and it seems like we've had more people participate every time we've done this, so we hope that this is the case. I know mid-July baseball may not be as exciting as like the NBA finals for stuff like that, but it's free. You don't have to pay anything to participate. You can win and win money that you didn't even have to put up. So why not? And you can do it anywhere. It doesn't matter. If you're not in a sports betting state, it does not matter. You can still play. So we hope you'll join us. We'll tweet out all the information from both of our accounts, from the main account and everything. So
I'm pretty sure the contest is live. They just put it in the chat. The contest is live now because this game already started. So you can look at it, figure it out. Put Jose Ramirez in your lineup if you want to. Sure, why not? I don't know. But that's really, I don't have any other baseball things.
No, I think this is going to be a very
football going on.
Football heavy show. There's a lot happening. Happy training camp week, everybody. All teams should be reporting this week, which is very, very exciting. I know the Patriots all reported today. Browns are tomorrow.
No, they're there.
They're there today? Okay.
Media today.
Oh, okay. But actual training camp starts tomorrow for them? Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah.
There's some levels to some training camp stuff I want to talk about, but I don't know where I want to put this into.
Okay.
Let's start it first.
Go ahead.
So, in Cleveland, for us, for our training camp, they have it at their facility. They have it at their practice facility, which I didn't realize not everybody does that because, I'm just looking at my own team all the time.
Yeah.
And people go a lot of different places. And I won't say which team this is, but it was really pathetic. And a lot of people were yelling at me. And I get it. Like, these men are getting paid millions of dollars. They're getting paid way more money than we are. But they have them staying in fucking, like, freshman dorms with no air conditioning. And they have to rent the furniture to stay there. Like, they have to rent the beds. They have to rent, like, the TVs. They have to bring a TV if they need it. They have to, like, do everything. And I'm like, okay, I get it. They make millions of dollars. Their owners are billionaires, though. Like, maybe just get them a fucking bed. I don't know. Like, you go to your workplace. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, they should suck it up. This is how camp is. No one's making you leave your work and your home to do that.
When you said this morning, I was shocked. I did not think, because I know the Patriots put the guys up in the hotel. I believe it's the hotel that's right outside of the stadium. That's just A, what I've heard, B, what I think would make the most sense, because they practice at their facility at Gillette. So a hotel, that's all well and good. And that's probably the best thing that they could be doing aside from being in their own homes.
Right.
But making them pay or making them rent their furniture and no AC, I don't care where in the country you are right now. It is hot. It's hot. It's the end of July. We are going into like the gates of hell temperature wise. And a lot of places already have been there. I know I was talking to my mom a couple days ago and she said it was like 100 freaking degrees in Connecticut. So yeah, it's hot everywhere. That's crazy. That's like kind of like inhumane like conditions, I feel like.
Yeah, because anybody, if they said, well, it just depends on your workplace. But let's imagine you have a 9-to-5 desk job. You show up to your desk job and they go, we're going on a bonding workshop experience. We're staying in a college dorm. You have to rent the bed, though. We're not paying for you to do that. People would be pissed.
Yeah, no.
It's just really weird. I just think it's kind of really weird.
I'm all set.
And you want your athletes to be at their best ability. They're spending a lot of money on their bodies to get there, and you want them to be in their best conditions. And then you say, oh, this is the best we have for you. Kind of shitty.
And it's very interesting, the team that does this too.
Right.
Very interesting. Yeah. We won't say. We'll let you guys go on and do your own little.
You can figure out which team it is. Multiple teams are in
scavenger hunt.
College dorms. But I would be surprised if everybody on the team had those conditions.
Well, okay, so that's what I don't understand too, because how do you explain that? How do you justify that to like the practice squad guys who maybe aren't a lock to make the team? Like, hey, this is where you're going to be staying, blah 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 blah. And then do you go to the superstar and say the same thing, or do they get special treatment? How does that? How do
Right,
you
or
draw
you
the
say
line?
like, hey, maybe just bring like a sleeping bag if you're not gonna like. I don't get that.
I just can't imagine like making your employees, because that's what it boils down to. Like that's what they are. I know they make a bajillion dollars and everything, but
Right.
like they are employees of a company, and their boss has more money
Lots of
than
money.
anybody else. Like it's not like this needs to happen. Maybe it's a way to pay back the university or wherever they're staying. Like I don't
Yeah, but like the
know.
owners can do that.
They kind of spitballing here.
I don't know. The
Yeah, the
owners just
owners
get away with
absolutely can
everything
do that.
anyway, so it doesn't really freaking matter what
I don't know.
happens.
I don't know. But there, even just today, but the last 2 days, I feel like there's been a lot. But should we start with like the news from today, and then we can get into all the other stuff?
Yeah, maybe start Aaron Rodgers. Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers is a clown. He's a clown character. He's living in his own little fantasy land, which it was cool. It was a cool moment, like made for a great photo. But like he's also
When he does stuff like this though, and maybe this is just from me because I really don't like the guy, I never have. It feels so forced.
well, yeah, he's giving like dad without the actual
Ye-
child.
It's just not, it's not funny to
Right.
me. It's like cringy. Although
But
I
some
will
people
say,
like that,
like
but
he
I'm not
nailed
one
it.
of them.
He nailed the Con Air thing, if that's what he was going for. I'm assuming that's what it was.
He did. He posted on Instagram
Okay.
with the like little swipe through.
Okay. Then
of it,
spot
yeah.
on. Perfect. Great. You did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not, it's not funny to me. And I'll call me a hater. That's fine, because I
Yeah,
am,
that's
and I
fine.
wear it proudly. I don't know. He just, I just don't feel like he's got that type of personality. Like he's got that.
He's got a
dry-
personality, but I don't know if it's yeah.
Yeah, the humor that he has, I feel like, is like that dry humor where like he's good for a one-liner every now and then, but like stuff like this just like does not fit him, in my opinion. So
Oh, sorry, just dropped my phone on me.
But
he's
whatever. It's cool that like he's finally trying to like be a normal guy, I guess. Because
what's that?
I said it's cool that he's trying to like actually just like be a
No,
guy.
I mean like
a-
was he doing that?
Oh, I don't know.
Like was he trying to be a normal guy? Because I thought it was kind of it was kind of weird.
Yeah, because I feel like all the guys that I've seen today showed up to training camp. Like you saw CJ Uzama wore a Time Man of the Year with like Zach Wilson
Yeah,
on
but that's
it.
funny. Like he gets it.
Yeah, but like he's trying. Like I don't like it, but I can at least give him credit for the effort to be
Creative.
Yeah, like
Okay.
he's trying.
I'm proud of you for that.
Thanks.
Because I never want to see it again.
Don't
And it's
really
not
like
him.
it.
I think it's the chest hair. Because I'm not a fan of the chest hair. The chest hair is freaking me out. I don't care who you are. And men, I'm sorry. This like no offense. You can have it. That's fine. Do whatever you want to. But it just scares me. I don't know what's gonna be in there and
Yeah.
what's it gonna be like. And I'm just not a fan. But like, do what you want because your body, your choice.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, look at that. It all comes full
Mhm.
circle.
Right.
Speaking of quarterbacks who I don't even know how to segue this. Jimmy G's out. He's gone. That's it.
They said no more Jimmy G.
They
He's not the
straight
guy.
up-
Trey Lance is the guy.
They straight up said today, "Hey Jimmy, thanks. Happy trails. We're going with the guy that like hardly even played any college football. Thanks. Thanks for everything though."
I have mixed feelings about Trey Lance. Everyone is so high on Trey Lance. I get it. He has such a high ceiling, but how high are we going to go?
Yeah. What are the
How high are we gonna
expectations
make it?
here? Because I'm a little worried for the
I'm worried
49ers.
He's going to get bullied.
I just
They're going to
don't
make him cry.
I don't think he is what they think that he is.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think if he does anything wrong, anything bad, though, we already have people upset. Like, what's going to happen with Debo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, Jimmy G, you know what you're getting. You've
Mhm.
seen it for however many years. You know what you're getting. You know you're getting the inconsistency, but when he is on, like, it's there, and he's brought them to the Super Bowl and on these playoff runs, but it has never been enough. He's also injury prone, blah, 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 blah.
Right, Jimmy G's
Trey
good,
Lance.
but he's not enough.
My thing is I have just this really bad feeling that 49ers fans are going to, like, I've seen a lot say that they're very excited right now because they were on the side of the fence that was ready to move on from Jimmy G. And I can completely understand that, because I feel like at this point it was warranted. I feel like this is another one of those situations where both parties just need to separate and, go their separate ways. I just am afraid that Trey Lance is not going to do as well as everybody thinks. And then they're going to, jump ship on him and say, oh, we should have never gotten rid of Jimmy. This was such a stupid idea, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so, I have a feeling that's going to be the case too.
A little worried about that one. But you got to let the kid at least prove it. Either prove them right or prove them wrong, but you got to give him the shot. So whatever. If this is a 1-year thing and then it turns out to be a complete flop, then at least they know that they tried it, and you move on.
And they can try Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold, whichever one they get rid of. So I don't know. It's just, who's to say? That. Where do you think Jimmy G's going to be, though?
This is, I think, the most interesting part of it, because the Seahawks are still there, but there's no way that they're going to trade him in the division.
Yeah,
but that's the only team that I can think of that needs a quarterback right now, unless for whatever reason the Texans decide that Davis Mills isn't going to be
and they probably
their plan.
Should go that direction, but they don't go in any direction that's positive at all, clearly.
Well, that one would actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that one would actually be pretty interesting, because Nick Caserio is there, and there's all the Patriots ties, and Caserio knows Jimmy, and he's worked with Jimmy before. So that might be something that if they were smart, they would research, they would look into.
But they're not very smart.
Because Davis Mills is not. He's not terrible, but he's not good. And I know that team is not good right now either, but this would be a step in the right direction, I feel like. Because
a step in a better direction at any.
The Seahawks, in my opinion, would be the best fit, but it's obviously never going to happen. The 49ers are not going to do that. And for good reason. I mean, I wouldn't, if I was in charge, I wouldn't trade my once-time franchise quarterback to a team in my division that we have gone to battle with for years and years and years. But other than that, other than those two, I have no idea. Not a clue.
Safe. I just don't know what is going to happen. Maybe we see some Carolina break down, and then they say, you know what, let's add another one.
Maybe, but I also it's bigger than like the NFC West thing. I just don't know if they want to trade him to the NFC at all.
I see a lot of people talk about Jimmy G to the Browns. It's just that's not going to happen.
There's no way financially. Happening. There's no way.
It's not happening. They have money. They can get him.
But it wouldn't be like he wouldn't do like a 1-year rental thing. I feel like wherever he goes, he's going to go and then sign the extension. I feel like that's the only way.
Because his rental would be maybe 4 to 6 games at this point.
Yeah.
So
what about, since we're on this topic, what about Pittsburgh? What if nothing works out in Pittsburgh, but they don't want to roll Kenny Pickett out yet?
I like that idea. I think he would do really well there. But I don't want him to, but I think he would.
I feel like that one would be kind of cool too. A little interesting. Yeah, because the Pittsburgh quarterback situation right now, I'm sorry.
It's just not
None
good.
of those options. And I'm not saying Kenny Pickett's not good, because I think that he has the potential to be a good NFL quarterback. I just don't think he is.
It's going to be Ben Roethlisberger.
I don't think he's capable to be like a full-time starter as a rookie. We talked about this when we had Bladen on the show, that even Bladen thinks he's going to be one of those situations where he comes on like late in the season.
After Mitch goes out there and does it. But I mean, can Mitch do that bad?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think he's going to be that. I don't think he's going to be that bad.
I would not put it past him. I think it's possible.
It's possible, but I just don't think he's going to be the worst quarterback in the NFL. I think he'll
no.
compete.
I
And
just
by
don't.
compete, like they can play some games with some people.
They'll win some games.
Yeah.
5
No.
at the most, maybe.
7.
You think so? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in Mike Tomlin.
It helps that the team around him or around whoever I guess is going to be playing quarterback is still,
pretty decent.
The standards that the Steelers have been trying to keep in terms of like roster for the last 15 years. But the quarterback is the most important position in sports, and there's only so much that the supporting cast can do to carry the load. And if the weak link breaks, then the whole thing is screwed. So we'll see. But that'd be pretty cool if Jimmy G ended up there. That'd be a lot of fun.
I think he would be good, and I don't want him to play against us. Like,
it'd be a lot of fun, like division-wise, though.
Yeah, I just know that they would be better with him. And real quick, really fucking quick. The only pitch I've looked from this guy throwing this game, it literally bounced off home plate, went behind the catcher. But he does have 2 outs, so I can't complain. But that's the only one I've seen.
You guys are winning, right?
Yeah, but like if you just saw that one, you would say, yeah, that's Brian Shaw pitching. So maybe he'll do well after I was just talking shit about him. Quarterback that also got paid, Kyler Murray.
Okay.
There's a lot to this one.
There is a lot to this. First of all, what's the guaranteed money? Was it $160 million?
I think it was 160, 170, something around that. 100-something million dollars guaranteed. Okay. $46.1 million a year, which is 0.1 more than Deshaun Watson's. I think they just added that to just do the little I get more money. Should Kyler Murray be the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
No.
But
it should not be.
But will it look that bad eventually? I don't know. It's a big risk, but at the same time, it could pay off decently, because I know we've had this conversation before when people are like, they paid Patrick Mahomes so much money, it's not going to work out. They paid Josh Allen so much money, it's not going to work out. But each year, they're going to be getting paid more. Like Justin Herbert's going to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL soon.
I just don't. Okay. Kyler Murray is a good quarterback.
Yeah, good as
he is not. He is not to the level that Allen or Mahomes is to, I think, justify making this amount of money. And I know that like it's just the landscape of the league right now where these contracts are insane and they're just going to get crazier and crazier as, the years go on. But we need to, I think, kind of sit back and realize like some of these guys that are getting overpaid need to thank their agents and everybody else around them, because this is a lot of fucking money.
Good thing the Browns didn't pay Baker Mayfield when they had the chance to.
That would have been a mistake. That would have been a nightmare. The funniest thing about this, though, is that clause that treats him like a child.
Right.
And I wrote it all down so I could read it I wrote it all down. I have it. So I could read it word for word so you guys can understand just the level of insane that this is and how this is such a bad look, not only for the Arizona Cardinals, but for Kyler Murray specifically.
Yeah, whoever leaked the contract.
Thank you.
You knew what you were doing, so thank you.
So let's get into it. There's this clause in this contract that says Kyler Murray is required to spend 4 hours per week independently studying the playbook, the next opponent, film, everything that the coach gives him, the team gives him. He is required to do it. And there's a section of this that makes that even more interesting. And let me read it to you. So, word for word, I copied this from this screenshot right here, word for word. It says, the player shall not receive any credit for independent study. And then there's some like legal mumbo jumbo in the between. And he says, if A, the player is not personally studying or watching the material while it's being played. So if he's not actually doing it, it doesn't count.
Because he's trying to play some Call of Duty on the side.
Or B, The player is engaged in any other activity that may distract his attention, including watching TV, playing video games, or browsing the internet. In the event the player breaches the contract in any respect at any time during the term, the player shall be deemed in default, which means the contract is donezo.
Right, so you gotta put
That's embarrassing.
the FaZe Clan controller to the side, log off, log into your iPad, and maybe watch some film.
That is, if I were Kyler Murray, I would be so incredibly embarrassed that this part of my contract, my multi-million-dollar contract, got leaked. Because to me, as a fan, if I were a fan of the Cardinals right now, I would be fuming. I would say, what the hell? Why are you giving this guy that clearly doesn't give a shit and just thinks that he can just take one look at it and then go play video games and then be fine this much money? It's embarrassing for him. It totally is.
The memes were awesome.
The memes
were so good. When they're like,
of course
Kyler Murray getting ready to play the Jets, and it was like some video game flying a plane.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, it's great.
Mm-hmm. He should not be paid that much money. You know who should be paid that much money? Lamar Jackson.
I know what you're gonna say.
Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert. Literally so many other people.
I think my favorite part about this is how many either former agents or sports-related lawyers have either directly or as like an anonymous source said that this is something they've never seen in a professional athlete's contract before, and it's absolutely insane that it needed to be put in there. Could you imagine this type of clause being in like Tom Brady's contract?
Oh, it'd be a mess.
It's crazy. Like it to me, this just kind of goes to show like the difference in the people who this isn't just Brady specifically, but like guys like Aaron Rodgers and those caliber players have such a desire to win and such a desire to be great that like this would never even cross anybody's mind.
Well, they should probably put it in Baker Mayfield's contract too, because did you see the thing?
Commercials?
Did you see when he got called out for playing like 10 hours of Call of Duty before they played the Packers?
This does not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah, some guy was tweeting. He was like, yeah, Baker Mayfield spent the whole week playing me in Call of Duty, and he kept tweeting about it all week. And then when that Athletic article came out, they're like, yeah, he just plays video games all week. That's why he sucks. And then we're like, oh, yeah. Must be an Oklahoma thing.
Maybe. Hey, if Lincoln Riley let it slide, they probably think that anybody is going to let it slide. So
right.
But I just thought that this was just the most insane thing because you're a professional athlete and you're getting all of this money and they need to tell you to not play video games and actually do your work. Are you serious? Like,
and you have so much, okay, like not saying that they have this easy in any way, but you have so much time during the week.
And they're only requiring him 4 hours per week. That's nothing. You should be doing that regardless. As a professional quarterback, 4 hours is the absolute bare minimum you should be doing. What the hell?
Yeah, bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's a bad look, and I don't know how it's gonna pan out for them.
It's embarrassing, Kyler. It's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed because I am embarrassed for you that this is now the major talking point. I was watching the NFL Live show on ESPN today, and they were talking about it, and
you just have to laugh.
It got to the point where like they were Ryan Clark and everybody on the show was like, "This is ridiculous." They started yelling, and that's how fired up they were getting because it is. It is.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Not a good look for a franchise quarterback, which you will have for many years.
No. I don't know. Whatever. It's their decision. It's their money. They can, if they want to throw it away on somebody that would rather be playing Fortnite, then.
Well, honestly, though, so like he has a lot of career outlook. So let's just say he breaks the contract. He kind of sucks. We could do baseball. We could do what we're doing right now. He could go on Twitch and he can make a lot of money too. So.
I guess, yeah.
You'll probably have more fun doing that one.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like football is like priority number one. So I do hope though, I will say this because I do enjoy watching Cardinals games specifically because I am, and I have been for a very long time, a big fan of DeAndre Hopkins. And I know that he's suspended for a few games this year, so, whatever. But I like watching the Cardinals. I had fun when we went to the Cardinals game.
Yeah,
It was
a
fun.
really
They're
game.
a cool team to root for. I have a crush on Cliff Kingsbury for whatever reason. So it's all fun for me. So I hope that he uses, because you have to figure he feels some sort of embarrassment from this. So I hope he uses that to kind of fuel him and he actually does put the work in. More than 4 hours a week, Kyler, please. That's I do 4 hours a week of independent study for this alone. Come on. So I hope he uses that and I hope it fuels them and I hope they have a full season like the first half of the season they had last year. So
and maybe it'll continue into the second for some
maybe.
For once.
Maybe. Jesus. What else? What else football news do we have?
I got one. Lying is good. Sometimes you need to lie. There's moments in your life where you should lie. And I'm sorry that sounds a little messed up, but when you're being interviewed and they ask you between your quarterback, your current quarterback, and the quarterback that you played in college, which is probably one of your friends, you cannot say you want the other one. You have to say, Joe Burrow is my guy. I respect him, but I got to go with my guy now, Trevor Lawrence. Did you see the video?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to lie. You got to lie. You can't say I plead the fifth. Not a good look. When your fans are already hating on you, man, you got to lie. I think we just hit a home run too. Holy shit. No way. Was it Austin Hedges?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He should never hit a home run. Wow.
So I will say that I totally agree, and that's really awkward to do, especially was it the team's reporter that he was talking to?
I don't know who. I think it was just a local reporter. I don't know. I think it was the terrible question one.
Even still, you have to lie. You have to lie. You can't
go out there and do that.
The only thing I will say though, lying isn't always good because you had Tyreek Hill on.
No, he has to lie too.
Not that bad. You don't have to lie that bad.
He's gonna lie.
You can't say that Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. You just can't do it because
you can.
The majority of his accurateness. What I just had
accuracy.
Accuracy. The biggest brain fart. The majority of his accuracy is 10 yards and under. So sure, I guess that technically counts, but oh my God, is that not worth bragging about?
Listen,
I could do that.
But you put me in the NFL and you give me Baker Mayfield as my quarterback, and I'm saying, yeah, he's the best quarterback in the league. I want this guy over I'm saying every time. You have to. You have to hype up your quarterback. You can't go out there and say, well, I mean, he does kind of suck.
Well, no. Okay, so
look at Robbie Anderson. He went back on everything he said.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be... I wonder if they're going to get in a fight during training camp.
I would love it. Fist fight on the field, please.
That feels like because there's always at least one every year. Mm-hmm. That feels like it might be V1.
Yeah, it's usually some offense, defense, but I would love some offense on offense crime.
I can see it now. Baker is going to completely misread the offense and he's going to blame Robbie Anderson for running the wrong route. Robbie Anderson's not going to take it because he's already shared his feelings on Baker Mayfield, which,
which we also
weren't very nice. And I just have a feeling that at that point, Robbie Anderson's going to say, screw this. I said that you sucked once. I'm going to tell you suck again. And then it's going to blow up, which I really don't think that's that far off from something that could happen. So
I would love to see the press conference after Baker Mayfield would not try to fight. He would be like, man, this is a man's sport out here. I know we all got a chip on our shoulder, but we need to act respectful.
Again, with the chip on the shoulder. Shut up.
How many chips could you carry on your shoulder?
I don't know.
I'm going to go with some Pringles, stack them.
I got some kind of broad shoulders. I feel like I could carry a decent amount.
Yeah, I would go the Pringles route, stack them up, and then maybe I could carry as many as Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. I'm thinking the Tostitos scoops and just stack them
those
on top
work
of each
too,
other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know how there's always the random flat ones in the bag? Put those on the bottom layer and then stack on top of that. I think I could do that. Still probably wouldn't be as much, but
so probably wouldn't even. Yeah, he's carrying a lot.
Should we? So let's just get into this because over the weekend, people were not happy with me on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh God.
So let's just, if you guys haven't seen, the FanDuel team, the content creator team, we are putting out record prediction videos for every team, in the NFL. And naturally, the first team that I did that is on my list of teams to do was the Patriots. Duh.
Which it should be, yeah.
The resident Patriots fan of the group, like that. We're all doing the teams that we're fans of, and then like 3 other teams. That's just how it's working. So I made the video, and I have already gone on record to say that I think the Patriots are not going to fall off like everybody else thinks that they're going to. I believe my initial record prediction was 10-7, and then I upped it.
See, I can do 10-7.
I upped it for the video, and I made it 11-6. And I think it's because I flip-flopped the Colts game. I originally had them losing to the Colts, and I said, screw it. It's Matt Ryan. I'm going to take the win there. So, okay. A lot of people very clearly don't agree with any of that. And to the point where I think that video on Instagram, while it might have like 50,000 views and 1,000 likes and whatever the numbers might be,
is it the comments?
The 500 comments are all very mean. Which is very mean.
See, just when you said 500, that's enough for me to know that
it got to the point where like I had to mute the whole thing, and I was like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm just gonna.
Because you can't argue with all of them.
Just gonna let it go, let it slide.
You can't argue with all of them.
My favorite though that I did go through and read was somebody who straight up said, "This bitch is dumb as rocks. The Ravens are gonna win. That's a fact." And somebody commented in reply, and this kid has to be like maybe in high school. He was like, "Bro, she literally said that." That's it. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know is like you're not actually watching the thing. You're just seeing that it's a woman talking about it, and you're just ready to. I literally said that the Ravens were going to beat the Patriots. I did. I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, the comments can be a little ruthless. One of my favorite things on TikTok is when I see a comment and it's like, "You stupid bitch, I hate you. You're so ugly." And then I click on it and I'm like, "How can I roast this man?" And it's a 9-year-old. It's like a fucking 9-year-old with an iPad.
I know.
Where's your parents?
I know. And that's really what a lot of the accounts like that on sports social media in general, a lot of the ones that like say the stuff like that are the kids in high school or like the kids in middle school that definitely should not be on social media yet, but are anyway. And like, what are you going to say to that? Like, go do your homework. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Gotcha.
What's that going to do? Absolutely nothing. So yeah, a lot of people don't like the fact that I think the Patriots are going to be better than they're getting a lot of credit for. And I'm going to double down on that because I saw Bill Belichick today say that Mac Jones has made dramatic improvements.
Where and what and how?
He's lost a lot of weight.
I know that one, so it's not like the one photo before.
Leaned out.
Which I love that photo.
But that's all I need to know. If Bill Belichick thinks that anybody, not even just Mac, has made quote unquote dramatic improvements, that's good enough for me. Now, I'm not saying that Mac Jones is going to go on and win MVP this year or, win the Super Bowl, because I don't think the Patriots are there yet. A few years away, maybe, from that. But I do think that year number 2 is going to be an improvement from his rookie year, which brings me to this.
Oh, here we go.
Saying that somebody peaked in their rookie season is incredibly unfair. If we said Josh Allen peaked during his rookie season, it would have been the most retweeted thing on Old Takes Exposed ever. Josh Allen's rookie season stunk. If we said he's never going to get better from there, we would all look like morons right now. We would all look like idiots if we decided after his rookie year, like, that's it, his career's defined, we're done. Saying Mac Jones peaked during his rookie year, regardless if you like him or not, regardless if you're a fan of the Patriots or not, is just irresponsible. because while that may be the case when his career is all said and done, you have 1 year of a sample size to work with here. You have nothing to compare that against. So how are we going to do that? We can't do that. Let the kid, and let anybody, any quarterback for this matter, any athlete for this matter, let them have their career. And then we can go back and we can comb through the record books and we can say, oh, well, this season was his best at this. This was his worst at this. This is when he peaked. You can't say that after 1 year because there's nothing to compare it to. Now, maybe Mac Jones is going to suck when it's all said and done. Maybe he's going to pull a Baker Mayfield, have a really great rookie year, and then suck.
I really hope not.
It's possible. It's possible. But so is Mac Jones going on to becoming just a really solid, really good quarterback. Both things can be true. Nobody can predict the future. People thought Tom Brady sucked after his first year. Like, whatever. You can't do that. You can't do that. So please, I know we live in the era of the sports universe where firing off hot takes on social media is like the really fun thing to do because the engagement.
So they can have that for later.
It's the adrenaline rush of the engagement, and then going back on it if you were right it's an awesome feeling. I understand that. But we need to relax with some of the stuff that we're using for this being one of them. So I just had to get that off my chest about that one.
Yeah, well, he's better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league right now. So if that's his peak, I mean, that's a fine peak compared to some.
If that's his peak and if that's just where he's going to be for the rest of his career, that's fine. I'll take that. His rookie season, he broke a bunch of rookie records and his team went 10-7 and made the playoffs, albeit they lost in the first round of the playoffs, but they still made the playoffs and overachieved. If that's what his career is going to be and if that's his peak, I'll take it. That's great. It's not Tom Brady, obviously, but nobody's ever going to be Tom Brady. So whatever. It's fine. That's great. And again, he might suck. We don't know that. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows what it's going to be in 10 years. So just let these things play out the way that they play out. And then if you want to boast about being right, then you can go back. But you can't say that right now. You can't.
Tom Brady, though, has a new wide receiver.
Man, I wish this happened like 10 years ago because it would have been awesome.
I mean, it's still cool, but it's not as cool. I think it's really good for him. It's really good for the Bucks. Great signing.
I'm very excited
wins
about
all
it.
around.
Julio Jones and Tom Brady together. I am incredibly excited. Again, wish it happened a little while back because Brady's obviously no spring chicken. It's not that he's gotten worse, but a few years ago it would have been just fucking electric. And Julio Jones has had injury problems the last few years, but I still think he's got some of that juice. And I think if there's anybody that's going to be able to get it out of him, it's Tom Brady. I'm as the closet Bucks fan that I am, very excited for this. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, if Julio can stay healthy. That's like the only caveat because it's been a little rough for him the last couple of years. So we'll see.
He's what, 34, I would say?
33, I think. 33, yeah. Somewhere around there.
Right. Isn't it funny, though, when we talk about these wide receivers, we're like, they're 33, they're whatever, they're so old. But then you talk about Travis Kelce, who's older than everybody, and we're like, oh, wow, look at him go.
I saw Travis Kelce last week, by the way, just by himself.
Did you say hi?
I did not say hi.
Oh, I would have said, I love you. I love Cleveland.
I did not. I was at the artist formerly known as Mike Stud concert. I don't like to call him Mike. Like, just Mike, weird.
Who is
like
I'm
talking about my father.
Big Baker Mayfield stan.
Yeah.
I
can't just call him just Mike though. Like, I feel like it's my dad. My dad's name is Mike, and it's just weird.
Not the same.
So I still call him Mike Stud. So I was at the Mike Stud concert. Travis Kelce was there in one of the most outrageous shirts I've ever seen in my life.
Was it like button down? Like the buttons?
It was it had to be like Versace or something. It was the Versace, I think, button down. It had like faces all over it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was interesting.
He's very much him.
he vibed and he went on stage and chugged a beer and it was really cool. I tweeted out a joke that the Chiefs fans found and they got really angry about it.
Well, I mean, fans are angry every day, no matter what you say.
Standard. But it was pretty cool. He was just like, he was just there, like in the VIP area, but it just looked like he was by himself. So it was very cool.
But yeah, he seems like a really party guy, so.
Yeah. Looked like it. Huge too.
Oh yeah, he's really big.
I knew he was tall, but I didn't realize, I guess, how tall.
Big man.
He actually was. Very, very big.
I'm trying to think of some other things first. I got one. So, last week I said, yeah, Ian Rappaport has some sources, and those sources are going to tell J.K. Dobbins that he's wrong.
Yep.
Well, they did. So, that was bad. He was probably like laughing while he pressed send on that tweet.
Probably.
Right. So, which sucks because I like that he wants to control his narrative, he wants to take control, wants to say all these things. But there's like a miscommunication along the lines because someone in the Ravens front office, whatever, is telling him that information. So it'd be cool if they also told J.K. Dobbins that it was going to happen before he went on his rant.
So he's on the PUP list now?
Yeah.
Okay. So that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to play week 1 like he said.
Right, but he said, I'm probably not even going to go on the list. Goes on the list immediately after.
Well, that is
he took it a little too far,
That's where
we should have stopped at week 1. We should have stopped at week 1, and he had to add that in. I said, shit.
A little too ambitious. Just a little bit.
He had him at first.
He did.
And then he said, I'm going to keep going 5 tweets later.
Well, hopefully it's a short stint and he gets activated sooner rather than later because being wrong about both of those things is not going to be fun for him.
I think he shouldn't play week 1.
What the hell? He was one of the Ravens that tore his ACL. One of like the 9 Ravens that tore his ACL.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean.
Jets.
Oh, yeah, shit, that's right.
The Jets might not win a game for weeks. I know I've said this on here before, but I just want to say it again. They start off their first 4 games playing the whole AFC North.
Yep.
They might lose every single one of those.
Yep. A lot of people have been overrating the Jets and, saying that they're going to not finish last in the division. I've seen a lot of people say that they're going to finish second in the division, and I just want to know what the hell they're smoking because I want some of it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, it's just the Zach Wilson. It's just some Utah vibes,
I don't want to know.
That again.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know what the Utah vibes are. I don't think I want to be a part of those.
LDS.
I'm all set.
Right.
After the conversation we had last week, I think I'm good. Yeah, not really high on the New York Jets this year, pals. Sorry about that, but there's only the cool aspect of Zach Wilson can only take you so far. Then, the real life football stuff comes into play. And I know that they did improve roster wise, but I don't think it's going to be enough to compensate for the fact that Zach Wilson is just
Zach Wilson.
Yeah. He's just there. He's all right. Not bad, not great. He's
just there.
Whatever. What
are your thoughts on a lot of people they're taking it too far, I think. Okay. Which you can think it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious watching, but they're like really hurt about it. Antonio Brown performing at Rolling Loud.
I'll be honest, I didn't see it. The only thing I saw about Rolling Loud was somebody threw something at Kid Cudi, and that's really mean. So I just try to completely avoid all of that because that's Kid Cudi. He's such a nice man.
He doesn't deserve that
at all. But it's because of the Kanye stuff, and people are weird when it comes to Kanye and whatever.
Yeah, because he has a cult, but that's for another day.
Yeah. Whatever. Antonio Brown's not playing football anymore. There's no way he's ever going to be in the National Football League ever again. And if rapping is the next thing that he wants to do, and then
so be it.
Ultimately
go all out.
Ruin for himself, let him be. It's better when he's doing the things that he likes to do that makes him happy because he doesn't act like a maniac and do.
Well, he might still be acting, but it's not
He looks like he's
not
vibing,
harming
though.
anybody. He's not
That
harming anybody
outfit's-
being there.
Outfit's kind of cool. I feel
Little
like
dance. People were doing the dance with him. People know his songs. Like, there's a lot worse things that he could be doing after self-sabotaging your NFL
Yeah.
career than rapping. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, that's so sad. That's so sad that he's doing that. That's just, I'm like, what
Why
part
is
of
it
it is
sad?
sad? He's making money.
Paid. He's getting paid by the people that put on this festival to perform there.
Right. He's making money. And they're like, oh, well, he ruined his NFL career. Okay, well, that's not the only thing he's going to do with his life. And they're all going to move on to something else later. So he just decided to speed up the process and say, hey, I want to be a rapper.
I will say, though, that outfit, while I think it's pretty cool, is a ridiculous thing to wear in Miami.
It's kind of hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hot outside. But again, crazy guy.
Dance is kind of cool.
Yeah, people were doing the dance. I was like, sure, that's fine. I've heard a lot worse. And you're like, whoever out there is listening and says this is bad, you probably have an athlete who is also a SoundCloud rapper on your favorite team who's worse.
Or you were the SoundCloud rapper in high school.
Yeah, who's to say? You could be either. You could be both. You got both.
We had some SoundCloud rappers in high school, and they not great. So if he's better than them and he's getting paid to play at Rolling Loud, which is a major festival in Miami, I feel like he's doing okay. So just let him live his life so we can just not have nonsense from the Antonio Brown corner for a little while. Like we're doing all right so far.
Yeah, he seems to be just fine with it.
Yeah. Let's just leave him. Just leave him be. Let him have his fun and leave it at that.
Could be way worse.
Oh, it could be way worse.
All right, he could be out here doing really terrible shit, but he's just putting out bars that are not very good.
You know what?
That's fine.
That's better than the other rapper that has been in the news from the NBA. So it could be that bad. And thankfully, it is not.
So
what do we even say about that one? Because I feel like we do need to touch on that. We haven't really talked about it at all.
Yeah, Miles Bridges, I'm glad that he is no longer a member of the Hornets.
Monster.
Yeah, it's really sad, and I'm glad that team is taking the right steps to remove him from whatever's going to happen. He's going to get in trouble. I don't know, actually. Maybe he might get out of it.
They're all felony charges, and if they get, prosecuted the right way, he's going away for quite a while. So, and again, just based on what has been released about the situation, it seems like that would be the right decision. But nonetheless, good on the Hornets for taking this seriously and doing something that, a lot of other teams or organizations wouldn't do.
Right.
So good on them for that. And hopefully this gets resolved the right way.
And I'm glad that there was actual physical proof that people can see in the media. I know that sucks. Yep. It sucks to see, but
it does. But I know where you're going with it.
See it and people believe it, which is dumb.
It's not one of those things where we're victim blaming and stuff like that. So I totally agree. On other basketball news, though, maybe it's definitely a lighter note.
Oh gosh.
Not Jaylen Brown.
Is he gone?
I don't think he's going to be traded, because this is not the first rumor in which a trade has been, around him. He's been the center of the trade package for AD, and they really, really, really pushed the narrative that it was going to be him for Ben Simmons, when for the 2-month span, Ben Simmons was all but ready to become a Celtic. And then the James Harden thing, however many years ago. So this isn't the first time his name has been in these types of rumors. And I don't think that this is a recent thing that the Celtics and the Nets have talked about. I think what Brian Windhorst said, that this, happened right when KD initially said that he wanted to be traded. So I think this is more the Nets kind of pushing the story to try and get things back rolling on the KD front, to get him traded and get all of that. Whatever. So the package that the Celtics reportedly offered included Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and a future first-round pick. And the Nets said, thanks, sorry, not enough. We want Marcus Smart too. To which the Celtics
is fucking ridiculous.
Obviously said no, because that would be gutting the whole team, basically. And not only is that just absolutely insane, why would you rip apart a team that was just 2 games away from an NBA championship, a team very young, a team that the chemistry that they have is something that I don't think can be duplicated. Especially between Jaylen and Jason. Just for once, I would like us to let them just be. I don't want to hear any more nonsense about splitting up Jaylen and Jason. They can do it. They can work together. They can play together. We've seen it. At the start of last year, the whole team was not doing great. The entire team. It wasn't just them, but they were obviously the targets of the conversation about splitting up the team because they are the 2 stars, one maybe a little bit brighter than the other. And, after that energy is about to shift thing that Jaylen put out, sure enough, they made it to the NBA Finals. They were 2 games away against a dynasty. Getting rid of anybody on this team right now, and more specifically, anybody from the young core that includes Jaylen, Jason, and Marcus Smart, Rob Williams, would be a disastrous mistake that I don't think Brad Stevens is dumb enough to make. I think Brad Stevens, as a basketball mind, is one of the best right now. And part of me thinks that he did this to see what the Nets are thinking in terms of KD. Do they really think that they're going to be able to trade him? / do they really think that they're going to be able to get the amount in return that they want for him? And I think the answer to that is no.
But what do you think is going to happen now that information is out there? Jaylen Brown knows this, and he definitely feels disrespected.
I think he feels disrespected in the sense that he's done nothing but prove that he's a good player. But I also think that he knows how much, the Celtics value him. And he said for years that he loves Boston. He wants to stay, blah, blah, blah. And if the rumors are true,
sometimes lying is good.
Again, that's true.
Sometimes lying is good.
But if the rumors are true,
I think he definitely feels that way.
If it's true that he wants to test free agency in 2024, that's great. He totally deserves it. But the Celtics might also say, okay, you can go try it out and then come back to us like the Patriots have done for years. They let their veterans go, test free agency, listen to offers, come back and say, okay, this is what's being offered to me by this team, this team, this team, this team. Can you match it or do better? If not, thanks, I'm going here. And it's like an amicable thing. It's a respect thing. And that's great. I don't think he feels disrespected in the sense that the Celtics don't think he's good enough. I think he feels disrespected in the sense that the Celtics feel like maybe moving him might be the thing that gets them over the hump, which I think would be an incredibly bad decision because KD, he's great. He's old. The lower body issues are there. We can't pretend that does not exist. And just my own personal opinion, I think he's a snake. I don't want that.
Bree, really quick, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's fine. That's fine.
I'm sorry that Brian Shaw is fucking pitching this game. I don't know how. Just wait till like the 4th inning. You might have 3 home runs too.
I just, who the hell's pitching for the Red Sox tonight?
I don't know.
Winkowski?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. That is it. That's his name.
Yeah. He, I don't know what the problem is with this team right now. It's.
Can I just ask you really quick, what was going through your mind did you watch that game? Did you watch the massacre?
No. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So I went to the movies.
Oh,
I went
okay.
I
And
went to
your
go
phone's
see
away.
I went to go see Nope, and
How was that?
I was scared. I thought it was really good, but I am not good when it comes to
Scary.
movies that are even the slightest bit in the horror category. I would say
Yeah.
that was more of like a suspense, like thriller movie,
Mhm.
but maybe it's just me thing. I
Yeah,
was
I
scared.
feel like when I watch movies in the theater, I freak myself out anyways because I just feel like something bad is gonna happen to me in there,
Yeah.
and I have anxiety, so I think
Yep.
that adds to it.
And the noise too.
Yeah.
I'm like a little like
Yeah, because I'm like,
hypersensitive
how can I get
to
out of
stuff like
here if
that.
something bad happens to me? Like that's one thing every time I go to the movies.
Yeah. No, I totally get it because I'm the same way. I have eyes on the exit like every other scene. But
Mhm.
this movie, I even said when it came out, and like the previews came on when I went to see like Jurassic World or whatever, or Jurassic Park, the last one that just came out, and I said I'm not seeing that in theaters because I know I'm not gonna like it. Naturally, I got talked into it, so I went.
Mhm.
Wish I didn't, but I'm glad I did because
Didn't have
I did not have to witness the Red Sox get absolutely destroyed. And when I got out, or when the movie ended and like I checked my phone to see what time it was and stuff, and I saw I had a FaceTime from my dad,
Oh God.
a few texts from one group chat, a text from one of my best friends back in Boston, and they all basically said, "What the F is going on?" And I was like, they provided no context
And you're
whatsoever.
like, you're nervous, you're
No
freaking out.
context. I thought somebody died. I was like, what the hell? Like a little bit more information, please. What's happening? And then I checked the score of the baseball game. I watched the replay of the Inside the Park Grand Slam. I don't know how that happens.
Is that the one where he's just standing and the ball's over top of his head?
Just standing there.
Yeah, okay.
Turns around, doesn't even run after it. Fastest guy on the team. Doesn't even run after it.
That one was wild. He thought it was gone?
No, he just lost it in the lights.
Oh.
And then his excuse after, did you see?
I would love to hear.
It's great. It's a good one. He had a really long time to think about it, and this is what he came up with. He said that the reporters should let him know the next time that they go to, quote, try to catch a fly ball in the twilight, because apparently it's hard. I have watched baseball games for a very, very long time.
Okay.
I have watched Red Sox games for a very, very long time. I have seen plenty of different players play center field. I have never seen that.
You just gotta say, yeah, I fucked up. It was bad.
Yep.
It was really bad. I did a terrible job, and there's nothing else I can say. I don't know what you want from me. That's what
And then
say.
he made it worse, if you can believe it. Okay. After that, he said the reason why he didn't turn around and run after it is because he didn't want to run into Verdugo, who was apparently already running after the ball. Now, I watched the replay. Verdugo did not start running to the ball until after he saw Jaylen Duran.
I don't think he was looking at
moving.
anybody anyways. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. And yeah, I just watched the score and I said, there's no way. At one point in this, I really thought it was going to be like 28-3. I thought they were going to get that, and I was going to
That would have been.
It was like this close. It was this close.
So
it was like 27-3, and then it went to like 29-4.
Yeah, that would have been really bad for me. But yeah,
thank God.
So shout out to Jaylen Duran for that one. This is also one of our players that kept on saying that the reason why he's not vaccinated is because he needs to do his own research. So that just goes to show the brave, brain power that's up there.
Right. That's how he didn't. Maybe he would have caught the ball. I don't know. Who's to say?
Maybe, you get all your superpowers from this vaccine, whatever the hell these people believe. Maybe he would have had like spidey senses or something to catch that ball.
Right.
Who's to say? But yeah, so long story short, no, I did not watch that game, and I'm really fucking glad I didn't.
Yeah, I watched a little bit, and I watched enough to say I don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
If you guys do want to watch a baseball game, though, tomorrow we have a free contest again.
Yes. Circle back to this one more time before we get out of here. Daily
Skip
Fantasy.
the Subway Series,
Yeah.
Skip the Subway Series. Head to Boston. We got the Guards. We got the Red Sox. Way better game anyways.
Yeah.
With free money.
I mean, who wants to watch the New York teams? Nobody really likes them anyway. So.
Right.
But yeah, so we, again, if you missed at the beginning of the show, let's just reiterate this one more time. The link is in the chat, and if you, for whatever reason, can't get that to work, we are going to tweet it out. And super easy. I believe the contest is live right now, so you can enter your lineup right now and be ready for tomorrow and not even have to worry about it. But we're going to be playing too. So if you guys want to play against us and try to win free money at the same time,
Right.
this is where you go to. So and any state is eligible to participate. It doesn't matter if you are in a sports betting state or not. It's not the same thing. Daily fantasy is an everywhere type deal. So go ahead and do that. And we will, be live tweeting during the games tomorrow with all of this and be keeping an eye on winners. And we will
win some money.
Yeah, congratulate the winner. Hopefully it's one of us because we could both use some money, I'm sure.
Right, that'd be great.
But yeah, other than that, I think we've covered a hell of a lot today. So I think we are good to go. Maybe go have a glass of wine or something.
Right, that sounds like a really great thing. That's what I got to do.
That sounds like a plan. All right. Well, with that being said, we will talk to you guys later. Enjoy Daily Fantasy with us tomorrow, and we will see you next week for some MLB trade deadlining drama.
And probably some more training camp bullshit.
We're back. So. We're back. Dog days are over, people. We are back.
So we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
See ya.